What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about SoFi. An absolute crazy day. I want to break it down on what is moving it and just everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So SoFi is up 2.82%, 860 the low, 1065 the high. That's not even counting during the pre-market or anything. So just between that, a 24% swing in one day. Today is going to be known for just the massive, absurd volatility, and some of which is crazy. So starting off this spike right here, I did a video during that time. I did take the video down because it was quashed, the rumor, but there was a rumor that was put out that Trump was going to do a 90-day pause on all the tariffs except China. And so of course that caused everything to really move higher, and then 5 minutes later it was quashed and it went down. So kind of comical how that all played out. Aside from that, the only other thing has really happened on a larger standpoint is that Trump did threaten China, ultimately stating an additional 50% China tariffs effective on April the 9th if China does not withdraw their 34% tariff by April the 8th. So definitely that could cause some volatility. If, let's say, China does drop their tariff, then most likely the market is going to go through a very nice expansion, making up a lot of the recently lost gains. But if China decides to go the opposite route and double down, then anticipate a crazy pullback. But one thing also did happen specific to SoFi, and that was a downgrade. So you had Morgan Stanley give a sell $6 price target, Jeffrey, who has a 34% success rating. So you have Morgan Stanley jumping on the now negative bandwagon. You've had, Bank of America give a 13 sell, KBW $8 sell. You have Compass Point $6 sell. Wedbush, we haven't seen and heard from them in 5 months. So maybe they're just waiting for the most perfect moment to come back and get back into SoFi. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting chain of events that is happening today. But aside from that, no news associated to SoFi, no SEC filings, nothing along those lines. So it is just piggybacking off of the broader market, crazy market that we do have. But aside from all that, shorts are returning 327,000 shares. 13.08% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 140.88 million shares overall are being shorted. So interesting to see shorts return. That does kind of validate today's green day. And even though this whole nice push higher was prompted because of a rumor, that's what kickstarted a nice reversal. And it's interesting as well to analyze what is happening across the board. So this is SoFi. This is like every single one has a very, very similar chart. So it's algorithmic trading. Algorithmic trading is actually what is moving the market the most today. It's actually not coming from institutions. So even looking here, these are all the transactions on the secondary market above $100,000. So you aren't seeing this massive, overwhelming amount of buying coming from institutions. It's still somewhat evenly divided, some buying, some selling, whatever else. But yeah, it's algorithmic trading piggybacking off of just everything that's happening. And I think a lot of that had to do with that rumor. But yeah, it's definitely a unique day. But aside from that, these are all the transactions occurring on the dark pool above $100,000. So a lot of big buys getting in through here. Of course, a lot of this could be linked to shorts and other large entities, but as far as looking at the options, 16 million in calls, 20 million in puts. So a lot of money is getting into SoFi through options. 49% of all the options being done today are optimistic and bullish in nature. And just to give you a good representation, so far there's about 15 minutes left in the trading day. 36.1 million in total premiums so far today. We'll probably settle around the 40, I'd estimate, but 52.1 was on Friday, 27.7 the day before that. So good to see SoFi break this massive 13.5% red day, 10%. So breaking that trend is very advantageous. And even looking at that put/call ratio, Very good stuff. So yeah, I think I don't know what is honestly in store. Tomorrow is going to be more of a reflection day on exactly what has been happening with the broader market, and of course, whenever and if China does retaliate or whatever, that is going to move the market as well. But it's going to come down to the data points. So we have the FOMC on, that is Wednesday, CPI on Thursday, and everything else. So that is what now the market will be really focusing on, is the true data point. So getting back to somewhat reality, with it at $9.71, trading between these 2 points, so this S2 and this S3, 996 is going to be that key point to really get over early on, whether it be tomorrow morning or even in the last 14 minutes of the trading day. But going over here, no new changes to the earnings per share or revenue estimates or anything like that. And on the chart, still looks like crap, in all honesty. So still falling knife-ish, shows a little bit of a nice reversal, but all in all, still not necessarily the best. If you are one of those individuals that believes in the gap needs to be filled and so forth, then technically you could see that 1064, at least in the short term. A couple of other levels to watch for: 1086 is at ALMA, and also 200-day moving average is 1130, and it's very oversold. So I think that's adding to just the extra volatility today, not just with SoFi, but almost every single stock out there in the market is very oversold. So fun days are ahead. So let me know your thoughts on SoFi. Did you swing trade it? Did anyone like manage to catch the bottom and buy, or whatever else, like catch the bottom, sell at the peak? That would be a very killer day trade. But yeah, give yourself a shout out what you did today. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon and give buy signals on stocks, options, or crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.